I mean, Swedish politicians are, of course, as stupid as the rest of them, and they're always late to the game. So they want to desperately join this alliance, just like they want to join the euro, which is also a dying project. What would a NATO membership even look like for Sweden, do you think? Would it be more than yes,
well, you have
American nuclear weapons pointed at Russia?
Well, obviously, everybody immediately says, well, then you are part of the nuclear umbrella. But I have not been convinced for many decades that the United States would risk nuclear confrontation with a major nuclear power over a village somewhere in Poland or a small town in Germany or France or anywhere else. I just don't see it. Now, there's another portion of this, though, that is very dangerous. You know, the Finns, whom I always viewed as at least rational in the sense that they understood the value of neutrality and they'd managed to avoid all these wars since the Second World War, would never have even thought seriously about joining NATO. But now they've not only joined NATO, but they seem to be receptive to the idea that the U.S. military will establish a base in northern Finland within short range or striking distance of Murmansk, Archangel. What a disaster. I mean, why would you do that? I keep asking them all the time, are there Russian forces massing on your border? Did you capture plans from the Russian general staff in Moscow indicating an imminent plan to overrun Finland? I mean, after all, the war with Finland went so well the last time. Why wouldn't the Russians want to repeat that experience? You know, it's just stupid. It's back to this question of why would the Russians want to rule Lithuanians, Latvians, Estonians, Finns, Swedes, anybody? Forget it. It's a lot of trouble. You know, the Warsaw Pact became as much of a vanity project over time as NATO has been a vanity project for Washington. I mean, let's face it. You know, by the time the British left India in 1947, India was a vanity project for the British Empire. They were no longer extracting the huge benefits from their colony that they once had. That's one of the reasons they left. You know, of course, their debt to GDP ratio in 1947, thanks to us, was 240%. Well, our debt to GDP ratio is up over 120, 125%. People say, well, that's not very much. Yeah, but there's a difference. We're talking about a $33 trillion sovereign national debt. And if I went into the details about privately held debt and foreign held debt and so forth, suddenly it would dawn on everyone, this is a catastrophe. So we're in a very different position. Everybody says, well, you know, we've been down this road. We had problems in 2008. We had problems in 1994. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States is no longer the nation it was then. And the level of indebtedness is astronomical. We didn't face this in the past. So I think anyone who thinks they're going to benefit enormously or strategically from joining NATO at this stage who lives in Europe probably ought to seek therapy.